I I found this beautiful background, so I decided to make a video here. Look at this. Okay, and uh, these past few months have been difficult. Okay, uh, I think I keep saying that. Anyways, so what happened is that out of so many things happened, and one of those things was that one of my cats died. A lot of them have died, but I only know one, and they are at home with my parents, and I am living in a different place. And I was upset with God, thinking that how can you let this happen? Like, I know that you may test me, and oh, that's also nice. You may test me, and it can be brutal sometimes. But how can you not care about him? He is an animal who died, and nothing can replace him in my life, even if I have other cats or I will get other cats. And I wasn't willing to believe that that's how difficult God's tests can be. And then I remembered the story of Job. And Job did not just lose pets, animals. He lost his own begotten children, and God later replaced them. And I can't even imagine the pain of losing one's own begotten child. And so it just showed me that that's how severe it can be, like the test of God. Like, for many people it may not be a test, but for Job it was, and for Abraham it was. It was like when Abraham was tested, it was like God said that sacrifice your begotten son, the one you love, sacrifice him. And God knew that, like, the whole thing started, although not started, but it was a big deal. Isaac was it was a big deal. Like, he was like, I waited for years to have this son from God, and he is the promised son. And God, you gave it to me, and you know how much I care about it. And you're asking not just to like circumcise him or let him go to the temple. You are asking to sacrifice him. Like God knew how much that could hurt Abraham's feelings, and he was testing him through that. So God can test us like that. And then I noticed the life of Mary and Joseph. It was a blessing to be the mother of Jesus. And God knew how dangerous it was for Mary to be in the situation that she was in. She was unmarried, pregnant, and it's not modern day like now. It was thousands of years ago in Israel. So she could have died. Although God protected her, of course God would have protected her, but she lived in a lot of danger and a lot of pain. And God knew that. So, and for Mary and Joseph, it was not a test. It was just their life being difficult. And for us, I cannot tell whether it's a test or it's not, or it's just life being difficult. But what I do realize is that God can allow things to be that difficult. God can test us through difficult situations like that. God is aware of how much it's gonna hurt our feelings. He may still let it happen. Not because he doesn't care, but I guess we just won't understand. It's just what he does with it. And then life can also be that hard. That's another thing. Even if we follow God. Another thing is that our faithfulness to God can be hard. Like, it can require even our life. If it's Jesus openly said those things, that you will even be killed for my sake. And it's one thing to like live safely and just read the Bible and worship God, saying, "Oh, I would just die for you." And it's a completely different thing, which I may not even realize, may not even relate to, that living in actual danger and then still following God. Right. And then one more thing I would like to share is this morning I was watching Heaven Fellowship, which is by Vihan Damaris and her family. You should go watch it if you haven't, if you don't. And she shared this thing about Daniel, how Daniel was tested. For him, it was a test, and they were thrown into fire for their faithfulness to God. And they came out, and nothing was touched by the fire except the ropes. The ropes, yes. And that's how it is sometimes. I mean, yes, it can be difficult life, it can be not a test and just life, but it doesn't go in vain, and God still uses that. And it doesn't mean well, it reminds me of one more thing that I can relate to, is that I thought of it this way, that you will not be touched by it, it will not be affect you, and those things. That means, okay, even if those things will, even if those things happen in our life, maybe I won't feel hurt, and maybe I won't lose my job, or I won't be socially affected, or my relationships won't be affected by it. But no, he means that your soul will not be touched. And when just like Daniel and others, it wasn't Daniel, it was others, the other three people. So when they came out, the ropes were burnt. That means when we come out of that suffering, the things that keep us in bondage, those things will be burned. And what keeps us in bondage? Our own sin. That is the thing that God burns. Okay? And in the process, I wouldn't say that your feelings won't get hurt, you won't face financial loss. Those are the fire. And and it's okay to feel hurt, it's okay to cry and those things. And when Jesus was on the cross, yes, he was victorious, but he was affected by it. He was human just like us, and the pain affected him. I never imagined that Jesus was crying. I thought, well, he came to face it, and I didn't realize that until I watched some movies where Jesus was, while being flogged, he was crying and screaming. And that's just human reaction to pain. And we will be affected, we will be traumatized. Well, I also thought that I won't be traumatized. Okay. Yeah, yes. So it affected him, hurt him to the point that he died. He literally died. So it can damage a lot of things in our life, but what will be saved is our soul. Okay. So yeah, I said a lot of things, and I hope you at least got something out of it. God bless you. Thank you.